Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2018. It's career mode, and week 47 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. This is episode 4 in this new series. One quick change before I head into this next race. I have changed my composition of my staff. I fired my traditional training style coach, who was on a salary of $2,000 a month, and hired a national reputation, $6,000 a month, Dutch groundbreaking training style coach in Frank Volgraaf. And looking at the squad, you'll be able to clearly see why if you didn't see it a moment ago. Here's the rider's training style. I'm still learning a bit about these last three guys, but you can see just how close they are to being maxed out in modern style. This one, 3.5 stars for Granigan, maybe not the right match, but you look at this, these guys are all groundbreaking, and not one of these riders are traditional, and these three guys here were all assigned to McAllister, and nobody was showing a sign of being traditional. So natural fit to try to keep the team moving in the right direction. You can see our fitness is very, very good at this point as we are hitting a major objective coming up. And it looks like we're going to be in Tunisia for this next race. Now, the sad thing was at the end of the last race, we hit a major sponsor objective, 2.5 star objective, and we hit it just fine. And we saw a big boost to the sponsor confidence, and the next day it went not only right back down to where it was, but a little bit lower. Reason for that, and I have not done any races since then, the reason for that being the registered riders and squad took a big hit. So results looking good. Registered riders is now at 0. I don't have enough quality in the team to make the team feel confident about what we're doing. So we did well here. We got that top 10. In fact, it was 6th place, just missing the top 5, 2.5 stars. But they don't care for us too much. So the good news is as long as I keep up the results, I think we should at least be able to maintain for next year, and then hopefully grab some new and improved riders, and likewise grab a rider or two from the Netherlands and Belgium to help with the team objective on that as well, and that'll help with that squad objective. And then maybe we can get a popular guy or two, but it's going to be hard to do at the rate we're going. But I think we can definitely get better than a 66. As you can see, that's the best on the whole team. Alright, so this is a 2-stage race. First one, absolutely a sprint stage. So outside of obviously hitting the team objectives, and if you watch the first 3 episodes, you know that I absolutely have a sprint team. We're not really capable of doing much else. Next season, we'll see how things are when I go to sign riders. Obviously, I can't afford high-quality riders, but can I get better than a 66 and still not have to really pay them? Yeah, I think so. I think I definitely can get a little bit better rider signed to the team next season. But then beyond that, what's next for us? Well, I think maybe getting a couple time trialists or a couple punchy riders could help. It looks like we've got a pretty small group here on the start, and we do 110 riders comprise this peloton, and I've already got quite a few guys right at the front. Looks like we're in for a rainy day here in Tunisia, so the North African coastline weather's not pleasant on this particular day. No sign of confidence anywhere. That definitely adds to my confidence. But a lot of minuses on the race day condition. Hopefully Gibbons here shouldn't be affected much, so he should still be able to do well. Wachtendorf's a +1. That looks like he's in for a good day. He'll be our sprinter today, most likely.
Some team managers mustn't appreciate the fact that there is a breakaway, given that the pack has increased its speed.
So 6 riders trying to get away. A little bit of a punchy spot here. And the field don't seem to want to let those 6 riders go, as these guys are chasing them down. We've got a pretty good sprint team today. It's hard to decide who the third guy is going to be. Warren, a little bit weaker than the others, I guess.
The pack is increasing its work rate.
Yeah, double 66s, a 67. I don't need his high speed necessarily. Alright, big wide roads here, so lots of room. It's going to be really hard for anyone to get away in this, and it looks like we're not letting the breakaway group get very far away either, as they have just over a minute and a half.
Radio Tour has announced a flat tire for a rider. The pace is really hot, so for the moment, we shouldn't see too many attacks.
Alright, so 110k left to go. Which means I'm going to need to get water twice between now and the end. Go ahead and get one now, even though we've still got plenty of water at the moment, but I don't want to be doing it on the climb. Alright, here's where things intensify a little bit. I'm going to slow it down to a 4, but not more than that, as the peloton is already being caught. And there we go, we've reeled them back in here before the top of the only climb. And it's not an intense climb. There are other riders trying to go off now and open up a new breakaway, but with 80k to go, there's no danger of any win coming from these guys unless we just allow them to ride 10 minutes away, which is not going to be the case. So let's speed things back up. Looks like 4 riders have gotten away, at least a couple from the same team, and the peloton not wanting to allow them to get away from us. So they're only just now hovering close to a minute, and it looks like they're about to get caught again, maybe? No. It's just the next little punchy climb there. But peloton's down to 85 riders. Quite a few have been dropped off the back, even though this hasn't been that intense at all. Breakaway group caught. 45k to go. Pace is starting to pick up as we get down to 30K. You can see the riders on the front are giving it their all to keep this tempo up. Just 6 riders dropped off the back so far, so they're haven't been much of a threat from anywhere. Pace here is not going to allow anyone to get away, but this is also a really good time to get the team lined up as we're down to 18 kilometers to go, and I'll be able to ride pretty hard from here. So Wachtendorf is going to be our main guy today. Let's see. Gibbons is going to go second, and Harris. And then Warren and Garrison, and then Rim and Brown, and they look to be about level, but based on the condition, let's go ahead and take Rim and then Brown at the top. We're going to use that energy gel now, and you're going to go on the attack, and actually pretty hard right out the gates. 94, as we only have 18K to go, and I've got the full team with pretty limited amounts of fatigue. But we've got to get everybody coming out of here. Gibbons, come on. Get out of there, Gibbons. Let's go. Come on, Gibbons. Get up there.
The finish line is getting close. The riders have just passed the 15 kilometers road sign.
Okay, Rim now. Gibbons finally in place. Yeah, these guys are burning out here pretty quick. Ooh, I don't want a 99. Hold on, 94. Alright, now we are on the front. Garrison's got us pulled out a bit. They've got 5 strong with 12K to go. We are definitely on the front foot now, pulling the peloton along. Get Warren ready here. It's going to be his turn here in just a moment.
10 kilometers left.
There we go. 4 riders to go, 9K to go, and I've split the peloton already. So there are guys that are never going to quite make it to the front. This is one of the things that helps me out a bit. Now Warren took over with 9K to go, so I've got to keep an eye. He's gone over 2K now, which is what I needed from him. And we get down to 6.5, and we're going to go for a 95 for Harris here. Warren, job well done. You really helped split the field up a bit.
There are just 5 kilometers left.
All right, 96. Gibbons, use that gel now. And Wachtendorf, use your gel now. And we're going to go on a 98 for Gibbons. Okay, Gibbons, sprint, sprint, sprint. Pull him along, pull him along. And Wachtendorf, go, 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 buddy. Go, what do you got? What do you got? Yes, 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 come on, come on. We got it, we got it. Our first victory. Yes. All right. Look at that. The red bar, just a hair left. We got over the line first. What a lead out. Gibbons really helped pull him along. Garrison also bounced back from his work early on to be in the group. And on Otto himself managed to finish 6th. Gibbons with the lead out comes in 8th, the last man there. Harris also comes in 10th, so I'm all over the top 10 on this one. We really did well with the train on this. Not as strong of opposing sprinters as I've seen in some of the other races, and it really pays off today as Brecht Wachtendorf picks up my team's first ever victory. And this is just stage 1 of a 2-stage race. We got one more day to go. But I've got myself in pretty good shape as there are some definite splits. We'll see what kind of splits they do to the times, though. As often we get to these and you see splits all over the place, and all of a sudden the results just show everybody together. Guys now are actually eliminated. It looks like the time is in the red. There it is, Wachtendorf. First win. There's the team celebrating. Ooh, we do have time split. So Wachtendorf and Cerny get a 9-second split over the next group. Garrison and Gibbons are in that group, who then have a split to 29 seconds back from 9th place on, with Harris there in 10th. And there's another split at 28, so all sorts of splits in the field, which is fantastic for my chances. Looks like just one Martin gets eliminated, though it was showing these guys over the time too. But that is what it is. Ooh, and no time bonuses. Interesting. The sponsor confidence comes up ever so slightly. Even though we just finally got a win. Stage 2 says it's a climber stage, a hill climber stage, but look at the profile. I think I can get my guys to this finish line without losing any time. Which means I could be looking at a top 2 finish. Cerny is a favorite, so this is what we're facing. He's much better than my guys, both sprinting and as a puncher. Wow, Jan Barta is here as well. Here's the zoom on Brecht. Defend his best young rider jersey as much as he can today. And yes, I will definitely try to get him and the other guys to the end at the front as much as I can. Wachtendorf looks like he's got a +1 on the race day condition. Harris at 0, everybody else a -1 on the day. So dimension data is here. As MTN Quebeca. But that's not the regular dimension data. It's like a Continental B team for them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It's an undulating route, so it will be a tactical race.
Alright, so stage 2 of 2. And there's Wachtendorf in the yellow jersey. After picking up the team's first ever win. Can he make it to? Or more importantly, can he get to the end and hang on to a yellow jersey? Which technically That would make it 2. Especially without any stage racing specialists, this would be a big result for me. Okay, Gibbons not looking so good today. But he's in 8th. Harris is in 10th. Garrison's in 6th. So, and Warren. Alright. Alright, I'm going to go fast, but I'm going to keep you here for this one as we've got some steady uphill climbing to do. And it looks like we've got some rain as well, so it could make things interesting. So just in case, I'll keep you with me. We've got a small breakaway group of 5 riders, and there you go. Warren picks up a puncture already. Right there in the middle of the road. He's going to have a hard time getting back, and we'll ride with him for a while as he tries to fight back. Oh, he's catching back up easily enough. There we go, back in the peloton. And your job is to go shield Warren. So let's reset that now. Go get Gibbons. Alright, so big gap, 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes to 5 breakaway riders. And with the leader of the race, I'm going to largely be responsible for chasing them down. So I might have to sacrifice a couple guys in that chase if this time doesn't come down. But it's already back inside 4 minutes. And there's quite a few riders on the front that are giving chase. That are more confident about a rider of theirs than I am of any of mine in what's considered a non-sprint stage. I'm just hoping that I can turn it into one. See, how steep is that finish? Oh, that's a pretty steep finish right at the very end. Most of the climbing, the bulk of it, is coming up here in this next section of the track. How are we doing? 100k to go, and water, we're okay for now, so this is definitely not the time to send somebody to go get water, but pace is suddenly too hot for these guys, so let's step that up a little bit. Still okay on water, 80k to go, so I think I can wait until that last 60 to take care of water. Yeah, 72 and nobody's crying about it yet. Slow it down a little bit through this section, as that was definitely the steepest. There is a split at the moment, but it comes back together. Gibbons making his way back up, and we see quite a few riders are struggling a bit, both off the back of the peloton and just my riders, as those 3 guys, Rim, Brown, and Warren, that are shielding the others, luckily are now able to recover a bit. Let's see who's on his own. Harris, go get some water. You're under 60k to go. Yes, Rim, we are going to fetch water bottles. Alright. Harris loaded up on his way back to the front. And there we go. There's water to everyone, and that's good to go for the end. We see just how things are split up. Black line is my group, shaded area. The 5 riders at the front, the 91 are behind that black line, and then it's spread out quite a bit. We've got a couple more little bit punchy climbs, but then the end is absolutely a climb. So I will sprint train that to try to pull those guys and ultimately pull Wachtendorf to the finish line with the punchy hill climbers. Speaking of, how is Wachtendorf on that? Not so good. Okay, let's start glancing up and down the field. So Wachtendorf today is a 63 hill climbing. That might be enough with the support. Warren's no good, so he'll be used up early. Gibbons is definitely not going to be good on the hill climb, even though he's a sprinter, so I don't want to use him as the last lead out man. Harris, same. Garrison looks like he needs to be my last man. So Garrison's going to be the last man for us, and we're already down to 26K, and we're going over that little climb before it, so it's in the near future that I will be setting up whatever sprint train that I will end up with. But Wachtendorf is still fresh, Garrison is still fresh, Gibbons is still fresh, so they will be the back three. And Harris is looking pretty good too. Harris and Gibbons. Harris is actually looking better than Gibbons at this point, and in terms of the standings. Oh, but then it's the time difference. So we'll keep Gibbons and then Harris in front of him. Okay, these last two little punchy spots, and then I'll be setting up my sprint train. There's the 20K banner. Don't get dropped, guys. I just don't want you to have to work too hard. Okay, there was two, right? Yeah, one more to go. But we're already down to 16K, so let's go ahead, set up the train, and then we'll start pushing after. So Wachtendorf is going to follow Garrison, who's going to follow Gibbons, who's going to follow Harris. Now, from there, it's more about who's fresh. Brown is actually looking a lot better today, so Brown. And then, ooh, but Brown's way back here. Wachtendorf is way back here. All right, and here's Warren. So, let's use your gel. Go 92. I don't want to push it too hard right now, but Warren is going to start pulling gently towards the front as the group comes together, and there they are. Now the trick is a lot of this is going to be uphill, so I just want to be in a top position, not necessarily pushing the pace. I want to survive to the end of this, not attack the whole field. But there we go. Sprint train ready. Rim, you're up next. Okay, so Warren got us to the front, got us out to 12K to go. And that leaves me with 6 riders to get 12K. So I need each of them to get me 2K, but a couple of these guys are quite tired. And Rim just about pulled off the job. No pun intended. Okay, Brown. His job just about done. There we go. And we'll go up to a 93 now. Inside 7K to go. Harris is going to make it past this point, but we're going uphill a bit more here, so I don't want to step up the pace too much. Peloton's still giving chase. I mean, there's still 80 riders. Okay, Gibbons. Gibbons is ready.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
Under 5K, 4.5. This is good. This is very good. Okay, Harris, job done. Thank you. 68 riders now. Gibbons. Given pole under 3 to go, and here's where it's going to really start going up. Again, I'm not looking to win this. I'm looking to survive this. So Gibbons, there goes all the actual pace. Garrison. Hook me up, dude. Hook me up. Okay, now, Wachtendorf, go, buddy. Go, go, go. Okay, he's in the group. He's on the same time. So, depending on Cerny, who's probably in this group somewhere, as long as he doesn't get on top, Di Matteos, Cerny is fourth. Cerny is fourth. I don't know if my one win is going to count enough as a gap. I'm definitely going to be in the top 2 overall, but I did successfully get my group to the finish line in with the front group. So I got Wachtendorf where I need him to be. 16th, Garrison's 18th, Gibbons 31st. Harris comes back a little bit further in 41st. Let's see what kind of time they give us on this one and see if I didn't pull off the race win. Because remember, we only had 2 riders who were 9 seconds better than everybody else. And there were no time bonuses in the first stage.
And here are a few of the key moments.
I got an achievement, so... Alright, let's go ahead and start with the podium and see where are we. Di Matteos gets the win today, so he's on the podium for this stage. Again, Cerny took 4th. That was the one who took 2nd in the last stage. That's the one who's on the same time as Wachtendorf. Oh, they give Cerny the win, even though Wachtendorf actually had a stage win. So I guess the count back, the difference, Wachtendorf was at the back. But he does get 2nd place. So 2nd place there. Garrison comes in 6th, also on the count back. So that's 2 guys inside the top 10. Best young rider, Cerny gets that one as well. Wachtendorf relegated to 2nd. Garrison takes 3rd. So outstanding result with 2 guys on the 3-man podium. Though, of course, Cerny is the only one on the podium here. But overall team, there you go. Hey, we got the overall team victory with Elkov in 2nd. All right, so definitely pulled off a decent one here with a 16th, 18th on the stage. But again, the general, that was the one that I was really out for. And that last stage was not built for me. Definitely a hill climber stage, but we pulled it off. So full team effort to get Garrison and Wachtendorf into that final group at the end to hang on to their top placements in the standings. We can see Gibbons dropped back, but good result. Very good result. Okay, so we're going to be heading to Portugal next. We've got 4 days till that one comes up, and that one does involve a team objective. The unfortunate thing for me is the team objective is a top 10. And you look at the profile there at the bottom of the screen, bottom right of the screen, for the Clásica Aldeias do Zisto. Sorry, I do not speak Portuguese. Sorry if I absolutely butchered that, but the Cycling Portugal race, it's a climber stage, and there's definitely a few peaks, so there's very little chance that I will have any team left at the top of that thing. So I will do everything I can to get those climbers into that final group. But I don't know if I will be capable of that. I'm glad it's only a top 10 requirement, but it's going to be difficult to pull off. And even with wins, I'm not gaining sponsor confidence. It's really coming from these objectives. And even when I met the last objective, remember, we dropped down because I didn't have the registered riders. Now, that's already at 0. I would think it wouldn't drop any further. But I have a feeling that we will be judged on it yet again. And it'll continue to drop my team further down the order. So we're coming up on it last 2 days here. If you haven't noticed by now, I've stayed live throughout here, so no cuts on this episode. If you saw the last episode, you would note that I am in the middle of moving and doing some setup work for a business from the home. So very, very busy right now, so I've got to save time wherever I can. And this is one way. So thank you for the patience on things like right now where we go through the simulation, the loading screens, and so on and so forth. I will get back to regular editing of videos here in future episodes. But for right now, this is best way, easiest way to keep the channel up and active and videos every day while I'm in this transition period here. So, all right, so we've reached the day as we head to Portugal and my race with little hope of success, but I'll do what we can. See if we can't pull it off. Again, we've got the profile here makes it look even worse as it's stretched out a bit more. That's going to be real tough. This climb here especially. I don't think I'll have any riders left by, right about here. Third of the way up, I think I'll get dropped. If I get somebody with 2/3 of the way up, they'll probably get dropped by then. And even if not, there's still these little climbs to go as well. So today's a good day for me to get someone in the breakaway group. I'll definitely stick with them and see if they can't get lucky and have the breakaway group stay away. There's my favorite jersey of the bunch right now, the EPM. I like the green. I like the black. I like that green stripe on the black. Good looking jersey. So Ray at a nice 99.
Today is a day for the climbers. The team leaders should have their work cut out, and they're going to have to count on the support of their teammates. Alone, it looks difficult, unless an ideal opportunity offers itself.
Alright, I'm going to get everybody towards the front, and then I'll get just about anybody. Like Anderson's got the best chance right here. But Anderson's also my best climber. Do I want, or one of my best climbers? Maybe I'll send off like Granigan. No, Granigan's got no hope. But Garrison maybe. Garrison might be a good one to take off the front, not necessarily Anderson. Anderson could be protected rider today for all I know. But Garrison's feeling good. And just a 60 as a climber. What about Simpson? Simpson's up. Oh, no. Simpson's definitely protected rider. So Garrison's going to attack off the front and try to get and create a breakaway group. It would be awesome if they let him go all alone. 30 seconds ahead already himself. 40 seconds ahead. 46, 49. They might let him all by himself. Over a minute now, so yeah, it's possible we could end up with a one-man breakaway group here today. One man being one of my own. Garrison now a minute 20 ahead. And recovering as he's over the top, so I'll let him continue for now, and I'll get everyone else set up. That leaves me with 6 riders now. Minute 40 to the good, so again he's making progress and recovering, so keep things as they are. Here come others: Lynn, Pino Milano, Paulino. Alright, so who to protect? Well, Anderson looks like a likely candidate, and Simpson. Easter's not too bad. Granigan's definitely not any good. Neither is Wraith or Brown. So there you go. There's our 3 guys. Alright, so Garrison is a minute and a half to the good of a few riders. So we'll ease up, let them come back at us. More riders trying to take off, though. That's a worry. There's the 3 guys chasing. They are closing him down. There's 2 more chasing. I don't want too many riders away, really. This is the last guy off the front right now, Lund. So that's 6 more riders preparing to join Garrison here.
There's a mass crash in the pack, but it doesn't look too serious.
Big crash in the pack. None of my riders were affected here. So we ride with Garrison for the foreseeable future, and we're going to speed things up for now. His lead is down to just over a minute. 4 of those riders behind him are now together. Alright, so Granigan, Wraith, Brown, you can see just how badly they were affected with that little climb there, as they had difficulty getting over the top. Meanwhile, Garrison, they ease up a little bit more. These guys are awfully close. They're going to catch him soon, so might as well rest up before they get there. And slow down as they're about to catch me. There we go. Oh wow, they're barely moving, or at least they're going to give him a chance to rest up. That's good. So we're at 100K to go in the peloton, 96 here in the break. And the guys are pretty fresh, so. But
It's in such percentages that
the
strongest can create
big chunk of climbing, including the highest point, the highest peak, we're on our way to it here. So we're going to do a lot of uphill, but look how steep all that climbing is at the finish. So I've got very, very little help today. In fact, here's the breakaway group. The climbers coming along doing their thing. So Garrison. Garrison's not one of them. Peloton is broken already. Brown and Easter. Not good, not good. They've already been split. Oh, my whole team's already been split. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Not good. Whole field just sees a big split, and the big split is right at me. Garrison's hanging on here only just. Breakaway group has literally fallen apart, so they've crumbled. And now there's 49 riders, so their gap, just like that, is gone. And now there's 34 riders on the front. Garrison, you're done as a breakaway. Now this is about getting the rest of my team back up there. Need to slow this down because we're about to climb again. As it comes back together again, Granigan is left behind in the dust. His day might be done already. You can see just how split the field is here, as a lot of riders are not going to make it back. But let's step up everybody's, let's say 87. What have we got? Easter is being shielded by Brown, and that's not going to last much long. Wraith shielding Anderson, Simpson, and Garrison. Garrison, why don't you shield Simpson? There we go. No breakaway group right now. So weird. Maybe I need to send a breakaway because clearly we're not going to stay strong with this group. Anderson might be our guy now. Push Anderson off the front by himself. See, this is a big climb, a steep climb, and he can really open up the gap pretty quick. Okay, 50 seconds already, 54, 58, over a minute. Let's see, is anybody coming towards the front? Garrison, let's see, working for Simpson. Easter's hanging on. Wraith is already getting dropped. Brown's getting dropped. You can see just how small this peloton is getting so fast. Anderson's a minute ahead, but you can see he's actually really not that far. But here's the top.
There's now more than a minute between the breakaway and the pack.
Alright, we're going to ride at a 76. Actually, downhill here is a good chance for him to get away a bit. Simpson and Easter. That's all I have. Simpson and Easter now. So Simpson is the great hope. We have to rely on one Homer J. Simpson. Oh, wait. G. His name's not Homer? How dare you. Just kidding. 39 or 29 riders left, but 22 right behind here. Catching back up. Garrison amongst them. Wraith probably going to make contact again pretty soon as well. But meanwhile, 2 minutes now for Anderson. But you can see he's actually struggling a bit. And a little bit of uphill here. And then we'll get a good amount of downhill and a good chance for him to recover. But he's got to open that gap. So I actually don't mind that he is in attack mode. But you can see here it's going to hurt here in a little bit. It is some time for water for these guys, but let me... Brown, grab yourself some water. You're in a small group. Granigan, grab yourself some water, because I've got team cars apparently everywhere. Right? No. Let's set you to auto. Let's set you to auto now. Wraith. You're in the back, grab the water, see if you can't get back up to the front.
The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
I think it's more that Anderson slowed down. He's still hanging at 2.5 minutes though, so hopefully he can get over the one climb and then on downhill recover, get up over that other little climb, and then recover the long way down and stay off the front.
The riders are going to be more and more on their guard.
Wraith, good job, good job. Got water to the whole group. Alright, so Simpson, let's go with Wraith. Go ahead and shield Garrison since you're there now. And definitely the weaker of the two. Alright, so Anderson hanging on to that 2.5. He is over the top. It is time to recover though, so I'll turn off that effort bar. Okay, here's that steep section right here that we're coming up on. Okay, go buddy. Come on, Anderson. You can do it. You can do it! No, you can't. Not really. But you're trying to do it, so I appreciate the effort. Good job, bud. You made it over the top. Now we recover. Okay, it's going to get steeper on the downhill here soon. Just starting to recover a little. Steeper downhill's coming up in a moment. It's fairly flat right now, and he's not recovering, so let's just keep it up for now until it gets steeper here. Let's check in on the guys. How we looking? Wraith is recovering, Easter's recovering, Simpson is looking pretty strong, Garrison not so hot, and I do not like my chances, but the peloton is down to 68 riders. Hope of a top 10 almost entirely lies with Anderson at this point and his 2-minute lead. Here's where we can come into recovery now. So I want you to recover. So I'm going to take it easy. Where did this uphill come from? Get over it. Get over it now. Time to recover. Time to recover. There we go. We're starting to see the recovery.
There's a sustained
So
rhythm at the moment.
leave him
Some
alone.
riders
Leave
definitely
him
won't
to
be
it
able
for a
keep
little
up.
bit. We are now at 49K. 45. It's going to be time to grab water here again. So Anderson, go ahead and grab your water now. You should be good to go to the end on that. And Wraith still recovering, so why don't I have Easter go fetch water bottles. Now let's see what's the damage back to here. Brown chasing. He's got 40 seconds to that group, who's got over a minute to the peloton. They're not that far behind anymore. Easter still dropping back to get the water, taking his sweet time. Now Anderson's lead has shrunk a bit, but he's still recovering.
The pack's deficit is being cut
It's
back.
kind of one of the only uphills here. Okay, Easter has water. Making his way back up to the group. I'm going to speed things up a little here. Oh, no, no, Simpson! Are you kidding me? My only guy who had any chance at anything today is done. Put him on auto. There's Brown. So he's even behind Brown. Here's what we're going to do. Brown. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Oh, there we go. Okay. Simpson's here. So Brown, now you're going to shield Simpson. Actually, no, you're not. You're going to infinite relay, and Simpson recover. Brown. So you guys aren't that far back. Okay, Anderson's down to 1:12. Time to step that back up. Yeah. Now the time's staying about the same. There's Wraith protecting Garrison. Oh, there's Brown. Okay, they're back in. Simpson. Easter, move back up. And Simpson, move back up.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They obviously don't have anybody in the breakaway group.
Okay, so now you're going to protect Simpson for now. Simpson's back. Garrison's there. Easter still making his way up. And meanwhile, Anderson out front has a minute, which there's no way that minute's going to be enough. He's not even to the climb yet, and the time is falling away a bit. But I'd say it looks good for the sponsor, but they don't care. I wish that were a factor. But there we go. We got the team up here. Brown's pretty wasted. Simpson, that did hurt him quite a bit. He's not fully recovered here by any means. Anderson's nearly done.
The lead over the pack is dwindling. The breakaway is not to everybody's liking. The peloton has significantly increased its speed.
Alright, just give it a 99. Do what you could do. Alright, it's time for the climb. And let's see. We'll go 89. There's Anderson nearly caught. We'll stay with him for this last little bit. And there you go. He's caught just like that. Brown's done. Put him on auto. Put Anderson on auto. Easter still never made his way towards the front, so
They really are moving. The pack can't get strung out too far.
do what he
or it's
can
going to start
without
breaking up.
losing too much. Ooh, we're even into the gravel now. We're into the steep section. Wow. This is all steep section. Simpson again doing the best. You can see Simpson right up there with the front runners. Garrison's trying to hang on. Wraith's done. Easter, I don't know. Easter never got caught back up to the front. And it looks like he's not going to. So I'm down to Garrison and Simpson, and both of them are now struggling. Well, I told you that I might be down to 0 riders by the top third. And I've got 1 left. And now he's done.
Kilometers to the finish line.
Okay, he's not too far from the top. He's still technically in the peloton. Remember, my hope is a top 10. Right now, I'm looking at a top 20. Which is not okay on the evaluation, by the way. So I'm outside the top 14. I'm in that next group. Simpson now recovering, but no help. Garrison's too far back, I think. Easter, put you on auto. Okay, we're down to just Garrison here and Simpson. Simpson hanging on. The top 20 are back together momentarily. They're not really together, though, are they? Okay, Simpson.
10 kilometers remaining.
Yeah, he's in that next group. There's 10 riders ahead. And this group, he's not going to do terribly well here, is he? Still got 10K to go. There's only 4 riders left ahead now, but here we go. Here's another attack.
Certainly some sort of incident.
Wonder, what do you got, Garrison? What can you do on your own? Can you split off these guys? He's certainly pulling the group along.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above
Wow, this
10%.
is steep. This is very steep. Holy cow. Front rider's totally off on his own. Let's check in. It's really opening up. Okay, so this guy's still leading, Alarcon. And he's running away with it. Di Mateos, who we just saw win stage 2 in that last race in Tunisia there. That's the top 3. Patersky at 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. There's 10th, Lopez. I am that close. I am that close to 10th place. Okay, Simpson, give it whatever you got. Whatever you got. We are just missing the top 10 right now. Here, Simpson, yeah, Alarcon totally won. Garrison, getting whatever he's got. Simpson, no, not strong enough. Okay, top 3 already in, so there you go. Oh, he so close to 10th place, really so close to 11th. 4 guys coming across just ahead of him that really knocks it further back, so we get 16th. Here comes Garrison now, 32nd. So really, to me, that's a pretty darn good result 16th, considering that I don't have any quality in the team itself. But clearly it's not going to make the sponsors happy one bit, as they were committed to a top 10. It's the sprints where I have to rely on it, and it's tough. I do not have a good team. That much is quite clear. So George Simpson, aka Homer, or Bart, Lisa, Marge, Maggie, doesn't matter. Take your pick. It's a Simpson. Alright, well, we'll see what the damage is here. Look how spread out we all are until you get to 10th place. And we got that full group. Simpson comes in the middle of the group, but back middle. So he's right there. Same time as 10th. Just didn't have enough to pull for it, push for it. Sponsor confidence actually looks a little higher right now. Looks a little bit higher, but it changed last time that next day. I guess this also was a low. Yeah, so there you go. Top 25. Suppose that would be the next after top 10, so we'll see what that damage is as we get to the next day. Because last time sponsor confidence totally changed the next day. I'm just hoping that the squad issues that they took up because we finally reached that point in the season. It's 0, it's bottomed out, so hopefully it doesn't affect me any further. It doesn't lower the confidence anymore. That's my hope. But we'll see if that's the case. Here's the new day. Oh, and it did drop. But it didn't drop as much as it did before. It did not drop as much as it did before, so... so there you go. Registered riders, nothing. Results, it's not maxed out. I think the top of the line is right about here. So it is given the red X. But again, it didn't hurt drastically like the last one. But is that because it's only a half star? Probably. The last time I met the objective, and the confidence dropped a lot. So the importance of these could hurt a lot when these ones come, even if I meet the objective, because the registered riders aren't popular enough. So even if I get a top 10, even if I get a stage win, it's going to drop. All right, well, final thing to check here. I am definitely out of time, and we'll start wrapping it up. This is it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.